Today, on this Dreaming Wednesday, I want to take the time to first of all welcome you, movement family. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are deviating just a wee bit today. We're not doing a short, we're doing a full-fledged video. First, before we get into it, let me remind you to subscribe, like, and comment, because you're tuning in to a movement, and we need you, movement family. We need you to like, we need you to comment, and we need you to subscribe to grow the movement family. This movement is going to establish you, it's going to inspire you, it's going to empower you, and it's going to enable you to fulfill your dreams. We are a movement that is on the run, and we're calling all movement family to move with us. Today's topic is very near and dear to my heart. The name and the topic today is You Are Number One, Not Number Two. As I spoke with my grandson over the weekend, I was calling to wish his father a happy Father's Day. And let me give you a little background on my grandson. He is autistic. He has a disability. He has a learning disability. But in my eyes, he's nothing less than perfect. Unfortunately, he relayed to his grandmother, me, about some experiences that he had been having in school. He talked about being bullied for his stuttering. He talked about being bullied for his reading. He talked about being bullied for how he speaks. And he talked about the pain that it causes him. Now, I hope I can get through this video without getting emotional myself. But as he spoke about his pain, it brought back glaring memories to me. It took me back to that painful time when I was in elementary school and the time that I experienced integrating the schools in Norfolk, Virginia. I was one of the first few students, let me be specific, I was one of the first few Black students to integrate the Norfolk City Public Schools, which is located in Norfolk, Virginia. Just for historic sake, Norfolk, Virginia had to be ordered by the Supreme Court of the United States of America to integrate. They refused. So what happened was that they were mandated by the Supreme Court of the United States of America to integrate the schools. And I was one of the pilot, quote, kids picked to be one of the first wave to go to school. I was picked because my parents were both educators, and they figured, well, she won't be a problem because her parents are teachers, educators. At any rate, the school system was ordered by the Supreme Court to integrate the schools. And when we went to school, we were escorted by police because of safety reasons. The hostility was steep and deep. There were whites picketing around the school saying, "In, go home." You know what the N word is. I'm not going to allow that to be said on my video. My own teacher, once I entered into the classroom, laughed and said, "You're the first N that I'm going to teach and the last N that I'm going to teach. I will be retiring at the end of the year." And she laughed, and the other kids laughed as she called me racial epithets. Mind you, I was the only black girl in that class. I went to the lockers to try to open them to put my coat and my belongings, my lunch, and so forth. And the lockers were extremely complicated, and I did not know how to open the lockers. As a child would do, I began trying to open the lockers and was getting frustrated. And while I opened the lockers, the children laughed and the teacher laughed, and they called me all kind of names. Again, as I entered the classroom, there was laughing. And the laughing seemed to go on as I tried to open my lockers for, it seemed like to me, about an hour. It could have been less, but from a child's point of view, being laughed at by a teacher and being laughed at by your fellow students, it was an awful, painful experience. It was an experience that I did not tell my mother about till 20 years later. Finally, after what seemed an hour, she told someone, "Go help the N." And again, I am not going to dignify using that word on this video. They continued to bully me by laughing. As the school year progressed, I was bullied on a regular basis. I was bullied every single day. And when I was on the playground, I was left alone, myself and the plus-size girl that was there. We often played alone together. No one wanted her, and no one wanted to be with the black girl. I want to address bullying. My grandson's telling me his bullying pain brought back all of my pain in the forefront of being chosen last and second choice. I want to say two things, and hear me well. Bullying in any shape or form is plain wrong. Whether it be bullying online, trying to intimidate someone, or bullying in person. Many cowards like to intimidate online. They make it seem like you have a problem. They make it seem like you don't fit in, you're less than, when in reality, the person that intimidates is the one that is inferior. They are the one that feels less than. Because when you feel less than, you have to make others feel less than. Again, children learn from adults. They learn bullying from adults. Children do not do what you say. They do what you do. And children learn bullying from their parents. Number 2, for those of you in the movement family that are autistic, stutter, visually impaired, physically disabled, of a black or brown race, or economically disadvantaged, I want you to remember that you are wonderfully and uniquely created by God, no matter what. And as I told my grandson, for anyone that bullies him, tell them that you are smart, you are intelligent, you're loved, and you're created by God. And watch the bullies scatter. So, movement family, you are number 1, not number 2 in all things. Love you much.